Hello. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Java 8 features. In the last session, we have seen a brief introduction about a Lambda expression. So in continuation with that, today we are going to see an introduction to a functional interface and a sample example of creating a functional interface. Usually, a quick question will rise in our mind how the Lambda expressions and the functional interfaces both are related. So that's a different concept and that's a different concept. How you are relating these two? What is the relation between these two? So here, if you have a look at this particular point, this functional interface is used in order to invoke the Lambda expressions. Whatever the Lambda expressions template we have seen in the yesterday's class, this functional interface is used in order to invoke the Lambda expressions. That's the relation between these two. In order to deep dive the practical examples of a Lambda expression, first of all, we should have a basic understanding on this functional interface. That's the reason we are covering a couple of minutes on this functional interface. So the first point that comes in a picture is, what is this? It's just a kind of an interface itself. See, if you observe the name, it's a functional interface. It's just an interface itself. Then how come this functional interface differs from a normal interface? So here, if an interface which has only one abstract method, we can call it as a functional interface. So this is the most important point with respect to this functional interface. It should have single abstract method, which we can also call it as a SAM, single abstract method. So let us go back to our Eclipse editor and let us create this functional interface. So I just opened my Eclipse editor and I have created a new Java project for this one, and I'm creating an interface and I'm creating my own package as a scripts, and my interface name I'm giving it as a inter1. Okay, inter1 is the interface that I have created, and here public void login. This is the name that I have created. So, I'm ending this name here, or the definition here, which we can call it as an abstract method. This is an interface which has only one abstract method. We can call it as a functional interface. Perfect. And another point that we need to know is, in Java 8, we have a feature to add a default method to an interface, a static method to an interface, a functional interface, and even a main method to an interface also. All these things we can add it to a particular interface. How are we going to define that one? Anyways, we will be seeing in an upcoming sessions. As of now, this topic is more precise about a functional interface. And there is one annotation at the rate of functional interface is there, which will helps us to recognize that the interface is a functional one. So what I'm doing now means I'm creating a one more a new interface here, interface inter 2, and here directly I'm adding functional interface. Whenever you have added this keyword, by default, here it is showing an error message. The reason is the functional interface should have one abstract method. So define it. Public void logout. This is the abstract method that I have defined. Usually, a quick question will rise in our mind. Without defining this annotation, also my compiler is recognizing that it's a functional interface. Why again you need to define this annotation? The simple answer is, unwantedly, we may add a couple of abstract methods here. Okay, public void login. Assume that I have added a one more abstract method here. As I have defined that at the rate of functional interface, my compiler will throw an error message stating that, buddy, you have defined it as a functional interface. With respect to the rules that I have, the functional interface should have a one abstract method itself. It is going to show a valid message here if you have defined this particular at the rate functional interface. For suppose in the earlier example, I don't have that particular tag. See here, public void logout. I can create a n number of abstract methods. There is a no restriction out over here, as we are not defining it as a at the rate of functional interface. Perfect. Done the deal. This is a simple example how exactly we are creating a functional interface. In the next lecture, we are going to see how can I invoke the Lambda expression using the functional interface, and couple more practical examples on a Lambda expressions we are going to study in the next session, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.